All right, a lot happened over the weekend, Chris. You touched on this earlier, but I'm going to mention it one more time. The Country Music Association, there was a big blow up just a few days ago on Friday because they imposed media restrictions. They said that reporters on the red carpet couldn't ask about Las Vegas, gun rights, or anything about politics because the show was coming up on Wednesday. And then there was so much backlash from a bunch of artists. Brad Paisley, the most notable one, because he's a host. And he tweeted about it, and he said, this is ridiculous. So they actually lifted it. They said they weren't trying to upset anybody. They just thought that out of respect for the artists that they wouldn't be asked about it. But there was a huge backlash. And so
you have to remember, a lot of these artists have opinions about that. I think that's why the CMA was imposing these.
Opinions that...
There's a lot of gun users that are country artists and stuff like that. And I think they were trying to, get away clean with this. Yeah,
the CMA said they just wanted to honor and celebrate country music, and they didn't want the focus to be on that. But it's lifted now, so it'll be interesting to see if people ask more questions. If I was a reporter on the red carpet, I don't know that I'd ask about gun rights or anything like that. I'd kind of keep it about the music, but you can't not talk about Las Vegas, you know?
But whether they bring it up or not, the artist has the right to go, I'd rather not talk about that.
Yeah, and they do that all the time with a bunch of stuff, so... There you go. Something that makes me very sad. Somebody threw a beer can at Alan Jackson. That's just not right. He was performing on Friday in Louisiana, and somebody threw a beer can at him when he was performing Don't Rock the Jukebox, and he handled it better than I would have. He just stopped, looked behind him, and kept singing, but... You can't throw a beer can at Alan Jackson.
No, not an empty one.
And don't throw a beer can at anyone. But yeah, what did he ever do?
Yeah, make it full. Yeah. I mean, if he's going to throw one at him, make it full. Make it so he can catch it.
And drink it.
Right.
There you go. Good.
That's the whole point here.
It's a good idea. Yeah. Well, and on this, Kenny Chesney has the #1 album, or he will have the #1 album. He released a live album, Live in No Shoes Nation. It's his 8th #1 album. It sold 220,000 copies.
Wow.
And it
for
is
a country album.
Yeah, that's crazy. And he is one behind Garth Brooks for the most #1s among any country artist. And it was the first live album to top the chart since 2010. So good job on that, Kenny Chesney.
Do you like live records?
I like them. I own a few of Eric Church's live records. I think there's a lot of talking, in the live records.
Yeah, there's a fair amount.
But I like to hear the songs live. I prefer studio albums a little more, but I would buy a live album.
I just think it's a pure sound. I like the live record.
Eric Church has a bunch, and I own those all, and those are good. But there's a lot of talking and cheering, and can get a little lengthy. But I like it. I like it all.
There's the lowdown.
There's the lowdown.